Let's see. Either way, what do we want to do next? You know what? I'm gonna leave that house there. God, what do we want to do now? I mean, alright, we're already having a lot of luck with firing things into the sky. I mean, we could try Dwarf Cannon X. Could be interesting. Aw, Ladybird can't sleep. There are 2 bugs in her bedroom, and Bird's not here to get rid of them. That's a shame. Also, Ladybird, I built Bird myself a house. Just a small one for fun. As a kind of, like, prank house. I got it stuck on a launch pad thing. Suffice to say, our little, like, home away from Scrap House is not... It's not really livable anymore. It's pretty funny. Alright, yeah, you know what? Let's do Dwarf Cannon X. I've been kind of wanting to do it. We need the center. Actually, you know what we need to do? That big, right? Yeah, just big enough. Okay, so let's grab the painting tool. It'll be interesting making this thing out of, probably shouldn't have made it out of wood. Oh. Huh. I did not realize this, but the paint tool actually makes noise when you, cycle it around. I needed to make this higher, didn't I? Yeah, alright, whatever. I'm not gonna put it on the sky base. As far as, like, me doing anything sky-based related right now, I'm gonna prototype it here, because I don't want to switch worlds. I also don't want to make, the sky-based world too laggy, because we've already got a bunch of stuff in it. Also, the sky-based dwarf cannon is going to be pointed down. This one's going to be pointed straight up. So that's something slightly different. Alright, so we need wheels. It needs to be out further. Alright. What is this part of the music for? I don't know. That's an interesting question. But yeah, I don't want to mess with Sky-Based World too much. I might. I don't know. Mainly, I just don't want to abandon this world. I want this to be kind of like a weird world of curio nonsense stuff. Alright, let's move this up. Oh, that's the story. Okay, so I mentioned that Ladybird can't sleep. Ladybird is Bird's girlfriend, if you guys weren't aware, somehow. And she's in, you know, chat for Twitch right now, complaining about bugs. So she's got a sleeping silverfish in her room, as well as some other bug. Now, I mentioned that Shell came to visit for a week. She did. It was very appreciated. I loved having her here. Especially because I have a problem with bugs. I'm not too afraid of most of them, but I do. Actually, I had several problems with bugs. Come to think of it, now that I'm thinking about it. But so first of all, I'm arachnophobic. I'm not so arachnophobic that I can't function around them. And in fact, I tolerate them because I know they kill all the other creepy crawlies that I don't want in my house. Or around me in any way, shape, or form. But honestly, if I could live in a completely bug-free environment, I totally would. But so, while Shell was here, we had 2 very specific bug encounters that I remember now that Ladybird has mentioned. I should probably make a spiral staircase around the outside of this to manage it and stuff. But so... Oh yeah, I could totally just make like a lifty platformy thing. But yeah, so I also hate mosquitoes, but mosquitoes don't gross me out, I just hate them. They're, like, the worst thing ever. But I can't deal with silverfishes. I also can't deal with spiders when they're specifically crawling towards me. I just can't. It's... oh, crap. Whatever. You know what? Let's put this down. Let's make a basic platform. This probably is not going to be very useful, come to think of it, but whatever. Whoops, what? Oh, crap. Well, whatever. But yeah, so I can't deal with spiders when they're around me, but even more so, there's one bug I can't deal with, and that is the silverfish. Fuck silverfishes, they are so gross. They have too many legs. Them and centipedes and millipedes. I honestly can't deal with any of those types. Oh, and earwigs. Oh god, earwigs. Earwigs freak me out so much. I do not like earwigs with their little bitey tail bit. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, so Shell's visiting, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm probably pooping, whatever. No shame. But so I'm in the bathroom, and I look up, and there's a silverfish on the floor, and I'm like, no thank you. And so, I'm trying to figure out how I can squish it, or deal with it or something, and eventually I realize Shell is in the other room, just doing her thing, and I'm like, oh, hey, Shell, silverfish, please come take care of it. As I say this, the silverfish gets the brilliant idea to panic, probably at the sound of my voice, and, start motoring for my pants, which are around my ankles, because I'm pooping. Now, since I'm pooping, what the heck do I do here? The answer is nothing. Just panic, as this silverfish comes motoring towards me, and Shell comes out of nowhere like an avenging Valkyrie and squishes the sucker before it can reach my my downed pants. Much to my general relief. However, fuck silverfishes. It still gives me the willies thinking about how close I had to come to burning my underwear and pants and stuff like that for fear of finding one in here. Unfortunately, since I'm in my basement, they're slightly more common, so I'm probably going to see at least one more before I move. And I do not like that. But yes, silverfishes, gross as shit, should not exist. Okay. Well, I guess I can hop up on the tire. This is like the worst scaffolding I've ever done. More so, it's not scaffolding. That would explain the problem. How did I make this one taller? What was they doing? I have no idea. Yeah, the other one was very similar. There's a spider, a wolf spider on the ceiling, directly above where I'm sitting right now. We were on my bed, which is in the corner of a room. Corner of the room. I have like a tiny little mattress so I can take naps between recordings while videos are rendering. Because YouTubing is actually rather tiring sometimes. Especially like late at night. And occasionally I sleep down here just when it's like 90 degrees upstairs. And I don't want to deal with it. But so there's a big old wolf spider. Probably the biggest I've ever seen. Yeah, this is horror stories, by the way. Honestly, nothing... well, okay. Something sort of bad happens here, but not to me or anything. I don't think... did I, like, get the spacing wrong on these? No, I didn't. Looks like they're all spaced out right. Oh, I just can't reach with the tires. Makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah, wolf spiders on the ceiling. We're watching anime on the mattress and whatever. And, screw it. I really wish you could hold, like, Alt and make this bigger or something. Let's see, can I get the Grego mod for the next video? I should figure out what the Grego mod does, but maybe? But yeah, anyway, so giant wolf spider. And it is right there on the ceiling. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It'll, like, go away or, like, leave the room. We had the door open, so it probably wasn't going to be that big of a deal, right? Well, problem was, it didn't. It decided to start coming towards us, which, now, I mean, I've kind of built up a tolerance for spiders, but I can't deal with them when they're, like, huge, or near me, or in a movie or video game, and specifically trying to kill me. I generally just have, like, no capacity for dealing with that shit. So, of course, we start panicking a little bit, and it keeps kind of creeping closer and closer, and we're like, alright, we need to deal with this. Now, Shell is not as brave with spiders as she is with silverfishes. Which is weird, because, honestly, silverfishes are, to me, way more terrifying. I just realized I should probably go up on boxes here. Oh, God. I should really just make, like, a spiral staircase. Alternatively. I don't know. But anyway, so the spider's coming towards us, and, you know, eventually we realize he's not gonna stop coming towards us. So we're like, alright, we gotta deal with this. Alright, this is stupid. I need to make a spiral staircase to manage this thing. That's probably for the best, though. But yeah, so it's coming towards us, and, oh, God, oogie boogie. So I run into the other room, which has my vacuum cleaner. You know, one of those with, like, kind of the snake neck and whatever. So I can totally, like, just suck up the spider on the ceiling. And so I pull it out. Now, little did I know, but my mother had just recently repaired the vacuum cleaner. Train trackets, slopes, curves, small thrusters, clear glass, etc. Well, you know what? We might actually just download that once I'm done with, the Dwarf Cannon X. Because that actually sounds pretty damn boss. So yeah, let's make a basic staircase here. Let's make it out of glass, because I think that'll look cooler. Okay, but, yeah, so little did I know, my mother had recently repaired the, vacuum cleaner. And, you know, not a big deal, normally, but turns out when I'm drawing forth the vacuum to do battle with the spider, I accidentally pulled loose the wiring that my mother had done in repairing the vacuum. I had no idea. But so I pull loose the wiring, and suddenly I have a live wire that is spitting sparks at this spider that I'm trying to kill around, you know, my precious electronics in the only carpeted room in the entire house. It quickly, and also, by the way, while this was happening, the lights start flickering. So this went from, like, basic spider extermination to, like, kind of freaking scary. Because it didn't occur to me immediately that the vacuum was broken and spitting electricity. So, that was not quite, what I was ready for, admittedly. It was, I mean, I got the spider, and it has not returned, like some kind of avenging poltergeist. But, yeah, almost burned my house down to catch a spider. Seems appropriate. Oh yeah, there's one more. Oh, this is like a couple months ago, but I felt like a weird tickling sensation on my leg, but obviously, oh, I just felt a tickling sensation on my ankle as I said that, and I'm like, oh, panic. Alright, let's check. Okay, good. Not spider. Either that or spider is smart and got away. Yeah, so the problem is I've got, I've got, you know, leg hairs, and, I mean, they get itchy. I assume you guys, most of you people have some level of leg hairage, if you haven't shaved them off like a smart person. But yeah, so every once in a while I'll just feel like a tickle on my leg and stuff like that. Turn my back and the silverfish moved to the ceiling. Oh god. Grab a vacuum! Grab a vacuum and send it to the dusty abyss. That's what I do. Works great. I keep feeling tickles on my feet. But yeah, so I felt a tickle on my leg, and I'm like, alright, whatever, it can't be anything, right? Then, felt another tickle, and then another tickle, and eventually it's like, that's a spider in my pants. And I quickly panic, tear off my pants. This might have actually been in the middle of a stream. I just said, you know, I have to go to the bathroom or whatever. Be right back. Tear off my pants, and no, this is after a stream, my bad. I was rendering videos by this point. Tear off my pants, and lo and behold, a wolf spider is panicking trying to leave. Like, honestly, spiders are more afraid of us than we are of them. But at the same time, oh boy, do you not want to find one just hanging out in your pants. And it scooted away. Might have actually been the same wolf spider, come to think of it. Oh, okay. Oh, crap. Well, whatever. We've got a staircase now, so falling off is not a big deal. But yeah, I don't like spiders, and I'm hoping whatever apartment I move to does not have them. Unfortunately, most of the apartments I've been looking at have all had reviews more or less saying, yeah, there's like a serious roach problem. I forgot to mention, roaches, of all bugs and icky, ooky, spooky whatevers, cockroaches are actually my least favorite. Specifically because of Men in Black. If you guys, oops, sorry. If you guys saw Men in Black, the original one, the main villain was a giant cockroach, and fuck that. Oh, God, that gave me nightmares. That, and, if you guys saw the Lost in Space movie, the kind of, like, weird remake with CG and stuff, when it honestly wasn't a very good movie and probably should never have been made, the main villain in that one was, like, the ship's doctor that got turned into, like, a part spider person. I know this is a spoiler, but this movie came out, like, in the 90s. Like, I think I'm safe here. But yeah, so, he turns into kind of like an anthropomorphic spider person after getting bitten by, like, a bunch of space spiders. Oh, please no. Please, like, please never, ever happen in real life. And luckily it never will, so it's good. I'm also never going to Australia for any reason, because I've seen the spiders that you guys have there, and oh, no thank you. I will gladly take my tiny-ass American spiders. I could actually deal with Shelob, come to think of it. Shelob was weirdly okay. Anyway. Let's see. We're probably hitting the... Oh, shoot. I just realized... Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I need to go further. I just realized I need to go further out. If I'm gonna fit that last section in. Recorded that movie, why you spoil? At this point, you are years later. Years too late. But yeah, that was definitely a defining moment for my phobias as a small child. Okay. Alright, well that's enough horror stories for the time being. Let's see, that's probably enough room. We'll make the turn here. It's also not a very good movie, so don't bother watching it. If I've, like, clued you into the movie's existence, it's not good. There's a lot of movies, a lot of remakes that just aren't good. Oh, still one too many. I'm trying to think of, like, actually good reboot remakes. Mad Max. The new Mad Max was amazing. It's not really a reboot or a remake, it's just like, alright, let's just make another one. And they did a bang-up job. I'm trying to think of other ones. Let's see. Wonder when Wanderer will realize they built the cannon into the ground. Oh, I realized. The thing is, I can pick it up and move it if I need to. I just don't really want to. Let's see. Should probably actually get the wheels on this thing instead of just building the spiral staircase to the sky. Okay. For a second I thought I had screwed up with the wheel placement. That's good, right? Yeah, that should be good. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna make that last arm. What I might do is leave, like, an open space. And just assume the other tires will get it. Maybe? I guess I could have the tires on the outside and stuff. Yeah, that would work. Okay. Let's see. So what am I doing? I'm doing Dwarf Cannon X. So I enjoyed working on the Dwarf Cannon's original design, and I kind of want to redo it as a much taller thing to see how much higher I can get it to go. And seeing as Bird's not around, I can do whatever I want. I don't have to think about doing these challenges specifically with another person in mind. So I can do some of the more, like, build-specific ones while we, get in and going. God, I love this game. I didn't think it would be, like, kind of my main series for a while. And then it was, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess we're just here now. Luckily, it's a game I love. God, I'm not looking forward to the day when I finally get bored of this game. That probably won't be for like a couple of years and stuff. But like, oh shoot, who specifically? Oh right, I have a friend. I actually don't remember his channel name right now. I just know his like actual name because we're in a Skype chat together. So it switched over to Discord, come to think of it. But anyway, so I've got a YouTuber friend or contact acquaintance. I don't know. Anyway, we chat occasionally. And so he was talking specifically about his YouTube growth and whatnot, and how he specifically had grown like really big as a result of DayZ. But you know, obviously for those of you that don't know, DayZ has not really been that big of a thing for a couple of years now, and there's been like a lot of Me Too games, some of which have actually been rather good. See, that might be a little bit close. But so this poor guy more or less got his claim to YouTube fame via one game and nothing else. And now that he's stopped, nobody watches the rest of his videos. And it's like, aw, that's just... That is every YouTuber's worst fear. Like, they might not mention it, but like getting pigeonholed into one series is terrifying. Okay. What happened to making a flying house? Did that answer your question? Alright, let's keep putting these tires on. Okay. But yeah. Luckily, this is the kind of game that I'm going to be playing for a good long while. I was actually kind of, my worst fear more or less already came true, which is all of my friends won't play with me anymore. Sort of. But honestly, I'm having a good time just going at it solo regardless. And I still get up to shenanigans. Okay. Let's see. Trying to figure out how to get around this. I guess we gotta extend them up a little bit. But really, we should probably figure out how to do... Oh, I know how to get it to work. I don't need to have it lift at all. I can just have it rotate. Probably. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's get them all to be the same length, though. Yeah, poor guy, nothing but DayZ. It's rough. I did actually want to try DayZ at one point, but I just never had the time. Or the interest. Let's see. Let's extend this out one. Over a bit. So we want to have kind of a nice little walking rampart of a sort. This is some grundle tickled. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Mostly perfect. Almost completely perfect. There we go. Actually, this is more grundle tickle than I want to deal with. Alright. This should be good. And fall. Whatever. Can I... There we go. Okay, looks like I can work on it from below. Nice. I need to go get some water. Please don't get my head stuck. Hey, it works. I'm still going to cut it off by one, just so it doesn't look like I'm going to get my head stuck every time. There we go. Alright. So anyway, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back with water, and I'm also back with Legend of Zelda. So let's listen. Let's listen to some Zelda OC remix next. Also, forgot I'm not making a platform here. I'm making a platform over here. You get forgetful when you step away from this game for a bit. Okay, so we want to extend this out a little bit further. I'm probably just going to extend it almost the entire way. And there we go. Okay, perfect. And probably like about here. Yeah, that's good. Probably can extend it a little bit further. I don't want it to bump into any of the tires, but I do want to have a fairly close workspace, just cause. Okay. So, seeing as earlier we were talking about Pokemon remixes, well, Pokemon while listening to Pokemon remixes, I got a confession to make, and I guess some of you probably already know this, but I've never actually, I've never beaten a Zelda game. Not once. Not any of them. I've gotten close with Ocarina of Time. I got like halfway through Link's Awakening, which is the 2D one. I think it was on the SNES first, but I played it on the Game Boy. Let's see. And I didn't even play Twilight Princess. Beyond getting to the first temple and then realizing that bomb puzzles are stupid. Hardcore metal, Legend of Zelda. I don't like metal that much, admittedly. I actually like more kind of straight up remixes. Or, in this case, I believe this is actually the 25 Years of Legend. Yeah. So this is the, this is a tribute. I don't actually know if this is going to be much of a remix. So much as just, like, orchestral redoing of Zelda music. I wish to see Wander play Wind Waker. You might get your wish, actually. Keith, Shell, and I have all discussed it, and would love to do so. So that might actually be something on the horizon. God, this thing's either going to fire me far, or it's going to be really, really disappointing. We'll find out. Anyway, yeah, you might actually get your wish for that. Specifically. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Oh, what? How? Oh. That was the ramp, and it's slightly off-center. I'm ever gonna play Doom? Dunno. Not actually much of a Doom guy. Never grew up with it. Yeah, the thing is, this thing's so big that we don't really want to, This thing's so big, I don't really want to move it. So what games do I think I'm going to play in the future? Honestly, I only really know of the RPGs coming out this year. I don't pay attention to indie games and stuff like that. Okay. I'm trying to decide. You know what? Let's hook this thing up. Let's see if we even need the final set. Ever plan on playing DayZ? The problem is with like a lot of games is I just don't have time for it. I kind of wish I did, but I just don't. Alright, so let's just line the let's just line this with engines. Can I? Ah, have to connect the structures. Alright, well we might as well do that. So let's have this come out. Let's have it come out a bit more. I mean, all they have to do is be tangentially connected somewhere. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to connect it to the staircase just slightly. Just in case bad things happen. There we go. Yeah, because if I accidentally delete one of these wooden blocks, I'm going to be kind of a sad camper. But yeah, so for... This is a good remix, actually. I like it. For, like, Doom, for DayZ, for stuff like that. It's just... I mean, generally not my cup of tea. Doom could be, but it's just mostly... Time. Use an electric motor. Higher acceleration and torque. The problem is it's slow. It might have better acceleration, but I think we tested this. You know what? Here. Let's set up a test model. Because we can easily figure out which is going to be better for this in the long run. Like, this is actually an incredibly easy thing that I can put together in a second. Let's see. Okay. I guess this is not as composery as I thought it was going to be, which makes me really sad. I'm not a big fan of dubstep, admittedly. Alright. Well, let's skip that, and let's delete that. Might as well curate my music a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we put those two there. We're gonna put... I'm effectively just gonna make... I'm just gonna make a thing to fire along the way here. Okay. I guess what I could easily... Oh, yeah, this is gonna be mad easy. So let's build the framework. I'll build the framework first before we go too far in this. But yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out which engine works better. That's actually going to be like mad easy, assuming it can actually get on this structure correctly. Well, not going so great, but that's fine. It doesn't take me too long. Okay. So what's the lowest I can go? So we're gonna have block off here. Bearing. There we go. Okay, block. Bearing. Alright, and then we want to do the same thing on the other side. Because yeah, I don't think we've actually done any like straight up science here in a while. We've done like kind of my weird like hack job science. But I don't want to do like let's do a quick investigation. Should be good. I'll want to extend the other one a little bit. Actually, what we probably want to do is cut them loose first. Probably should have made it out of a different block type. That was not even remotely close to where I was aiming. Okay, there we go. So we need to make it... how many blocks taller? Like 3 or 4. Well, this won't take too long. Let's see, dubstep can be good. Yeah, it can be. The problem is, I haven't found any dubstep I'm particularly fond of. So I've never really gotten into the genre. Usually it comes off as either really repetitive or just boring. I don't know. Okay. Let's put these here. Alright. So one side is going to be the electric, one side is going to be the gas. We're going to fire two, we're going to fire, oh yeah, let's max them out. Nope, no. Forgot. Let's see. Luckily they were counterbalancing each other. I guess it wouldn't have screwed the test too hard, but still. Anyway, let's extend this out so we can see both sides. Yeah, Floats of Crap claiming to be dubstep. Yep, pretty much. I mean, it's true of, like, most music, but still. Oh, shit. We probably don't want to do it from this angle, because I'm only going to be able to see one. Okay, good. We didn't delete the bass. That'd be bad. Yeah. Part of it is also I had a DJ for a next-door neighbor in college, and his taste in dubstep specifically was awful. He now drives a dumpster truck for a living, so his DJ business was not exactly his main thing. Or at least main calling? I don't know. He didn't succeed at it. Let's call it that. I should see what he still does, actually. He might not be doing the the dump truck anymore. Okay, let's have this one be kind of a bright blue, and then we'll do like a red thing on the other side. That'll make it really easy to see. Get this out of here. Kind of wish you could paint your lift so people could see where and what and stuff. Okay, there we go. Are they hooked up? They are hooked up. Okay, we need a seat and we need a button. And then we're good to go. Alright, there's a 1. And there's a 2. Alright, now let's go max out the engines and make sure the bearings are turning the right way. There we go. Okay. You know the deal. Hope someday you find good dubstep. Yeah, if somebody wants to send me, like, what they consider to be good dubstep, I will listen to it. However, please don't get offended if I don't like the dubstep that you like. I mean, this should be true of anything. Not everybody is going to like the things you like in life. And I find I run into a lot of people who get offended when I don't like the things they like, and I'm like, I just don't like it. It's not a slight against you or anything. Well. Huh. That didn't prove shit! Apart from the fact that, the electric engine has trouble getting things. Alright, let's try this again. This time around, let's try, messing with it a bit. Let's see. Obviously, we're not going to do it out of wood. That's a good start. Alright. We're also going to do caution blocks, I think. There we go. Alright, that should be a bit better. Let's try blue again. Make sure all the wheels are turning the right way. Yeah, for a second I was worried that I'd screwed it up, but guess not. Didn't work. Huh. Well, that was pretty high. Huh. Well, we don't have a conclusive answer apart from electric engines seem to have troubles with this. Okay. Well, science has failed us. Let's do attempt number 2. How do I think scrap mechanic will lead up to survival mode? I actually have no idea. I also will totally admit I'm not entirely sure if I care. I don't think I'm going to be as enthused about scrap mechanic survival mode as I am about like creative mode. To me is almost better, and I hope they don't gimp this game to get a survival mode out. Because I feel like this game is way more fun, purely in creative. Because like Minecraft, it got a little bit boring because you're just building like visual things effectively. Whereas in this game, I mean, I'm building machines that I'm animating and doing weird stuff with. It's awesome. I guess you could do a little bit of that. And you could do a little bit of that in Minecraft, but not to the same extent, in my opinion. Not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't need to attach this to the chair. We're just gonna do kind of an informal thing here. Oh, right. Are they spinning the right way? No, they're not. Let's let it spin for a bit. Yeah, command blocks in redstone. I guess. I don't know. Hard to tell. Alright. Oh, this is perfect, yeah. So we're going to do several tests and see which one gets further. If one type of science doesn't work, then we're going to do the other one. This is called the experimental method, folks. Or scientific. Fuck. God. You know what? Whatever. I'm not a scientist. My brother and my dad are. But that stuff does not... Oh, wow. It's, like, pretty much spot on. Let's try it again. Scientific method. Anyway. Make more experiments until we figure out if it works. What is my Twitch schedule? Well, it used to be midnight till 5 a.m., but, I'm kind of changing that, admittedly. Alright, let's go to the next one. That was also a bad remix. I could get my brother on, and he could analyze how this works. Yeah, so it's pretty much spot on for those 3 things. Let's try the other side now. I'm not a big fan of Vocaloid remixes. Oh shit. I might be I should double check my results here. I'm just gonna check the electric for a second. There's one variable that I might not have done. Okay. I guess as soon as I hit the air, I have to let go. Maybe? This is a pain in the ass. Drop onto the wheel. For an assured landing spot. I think it's about accurate. We kind of have a good idea. So let's try several attempts with the electric. Well, no, the gas now. Oh, interesting. Holding W in the air does not actually change your, does not actually change how far you fly. It should, and it might. But it doesn't. Alright, it's gas. Electric seems like it's a good idea, but, it's not as good. Okay, so let's go back to hooking this up to gas. So what was my favorite game when I was a kid? Probably, honestly, I loved Phantasy Star Online. I loved the Diablo series. I love Dragon Warrior Monsters. Let's see, what were the other ones? Like, I liked Pokemon, but it did definitely get stale really fast. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm hooking these up to the wrong engines. Let's just delete these. It'll be faster than unhooking them and then rehooking them. Yeah, Dragon Warrior Monsters was so good. They haven't made a good sequel in a long time. The Joker series is kind of bad. They tried. Kinda. But yeah. No, Dragon Warrior Monsters was one of the 2 competitors for Pokemon, the other being Digimon. I guess there was also Monster Rancher, but honestly, I don't know. I never really got into the Monster Hunter series. Or not Monster Hunter, Monster Rancher. I'd love to get into Monster Hunter, but getting Keith to do that series with me is hard. Joker 2 is fun because of online. I don't know, I'm not much of an online person. That's part of the problem. I don't like competitive games, especially competitive RPGs. That's never particularly fun. At least in my opinion. Let's see, but yeah. Now, if you haven't heard of the Dragon Warrior Monsters games, they're super dated graphically, but the breeding mechanics in that game wildly outpaced anything the Pokemon's ever done, in my opinion. Joker 2 is your childhood. Then go back and play the original ones that are better. I mean, specifically, I think the second one was better. The first one was kind of cool from, like, a proof of concept standpoint, but the randomly generated worlds were kind of drab. Whereas the second one didn't have that, but did have more interesting ideas and stuff. Oh, which games I stream. It's completely random. The shit that I play is just, like, whatever I feel like at the time. For however long I do. Oops, shouldn't have done that. I almost did a pure Fallout stream tonight. Probably should have. Just didn't feel like it. What happened to Black Desert Online? I don't like that game. I'm sorry if you do. I could not find myself. I could not enjoy it. It had a fun combat system, but it was just like, go hit 50 monsters for minimal amounts of experience. And then keep hitting them. And it kept, like, power creeping the enemies and stuff. I don't know. If you crossed a more interesting questing system, like, I guess Wildstar, with Black Desert Online's combat system, you would have actually had, like, a really good game. See, no Fallout. Uh, you say that, but, like, King of the Wasteland's awesome. Honestly, like, I actually would have a hard time saying which one I enjoy more right now. I guess I'd say Scrap Mechanic I enjoy more. But, like, King of the Wasteland is such an interesting challenge that it's hard to just poo-poo. Normal Fallout 4. God, I hated normal Fallout 4. I did not enjoy playing that game at all. Like, I kind of did in the beginning, and then I was like, oh, this is just really boring. Okay, so let's switch all these around. So we're gonna try and, fire me up with only, 3 sides. Hopefully I don't need a 4th, just because pain in the butt, but, we might need it anyway. We'll see. Let's see, what about Vagante or Catacomb Kids? Updates were just slow. Like, the problem with all games is, like, after a while you just kind of lose interest in them. After 100 episodes of anything, generally, you just don't want to play it anymore. Luckily for Scrap Mechanic, it's such a nebulous game that it doesn't feel repetitive, even if I do the same thing. Like, what's a good example? I mean, Vagante just... For a while, there wasn't anything actually new in it. And I was like, alright, I think this is good enough for me. And Catacomb Kids. I mean, all of those I will probably play again when the online is a little bit more stable, probably. But as it stands, no stable online. Not a whole lot of interest in playing. It goes that far up. Let's not go all the way up, though. Let's just go this far. That seems reasonable. Okay. I just realized, unfortunately, getting this thing to fire is gonna suck. I guess we're just gonna have to fire an unmanned craft. And if I really want to fire myself out of this, I'll have to do the... Well, I could do this... The bearing glitch. That's not a terrible idea. D&D Online. Felt more true. Versus Neverwinter Online. I actually really like Neverwinter Online's, leveling system. It didn't feel as good as D&D Online. But I really liked the... I like MMOs that more or less put you into instance story missions instead of, you know, just letting you loose in areas. What's a good example? I loved Guild Wars. Guild Wars 1 was specifically good. Guild Wars 2 was okay. I think it was fun. It just had flaws. Let's see, would I ever do a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge? Yes. I mean, I've always wanted to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. I'm just not entirely sure if I'd want to do it, like, I'm not sure if I'd want to do it, solo. Like, it almost... Did I not connect you? Yep, didn't connect that one. Well, glad it didn't screw anything up. But, let's see. Yeah, so I would actually enjoy doing a Nuzlocke at some point. The problem is, like, the logistics of it is a little bit hard, and I would actually really like, I would actually really enjoy having, like, a co-commentator for that sort of thing. I'd love to do a Nuzlocke race / competition with Keith or Bird, but, neither of those guys really like Pokemon, which kind of sucks. Because I'd love to do a Nuzlocke challenge with some other YouTuber, but the alternatives are kind of limited unless I, like, got in contact with, like, GameFace Max or something, which might not be a bad idea, but still. But yeah, Pokemon Nuzlocke with Shell is kind of my ideal. Oh. Alright, so we definitely need the extra, wheel set here.